Hey everybody, it's Karen with Food and Family. I have a huge pot of vegetable soup going in my slow cooker, and it'll be ready in, less than 10 minutes. I want to make some cornbread. So I want to show you today how I do my cornbread. I've got white lily buttermilk cornmeal mix. I'm going to use a cup of that. Now this is a half a cup measure, so I'm going to use 2. Okay, and then, of course, white lily self-rising flour. And I'm going to use a cup of that. And let's put a good pinch of salt in it, because you need some salt. It's going to be so good. Now let's stir this cornmeal and the flour and the salt together before we put our other ingredients in. That gets everything distributed throughout. So, and you've heard me say it before, you don't have big clumps of this here and big clumps there. I use self-rising. You can use all-purpose if you want. Just look up how much baking soda, baking powder you need. Now I'm using buttermilk today. I've got just over a cup of buttermilk. I don't know if I'll use it all, but we'll see. I've got 1 egg. Now, I've got my iron skillet. I've got the small iron skillet. I think it's like an 8-inch. And in the oven heating up with a good glob of butter. So when it gets hot, we put this in, that butter's going to come rising up over that cornbread mixture. So good. And then when we take it out, it's done. We're going to put more butter on it when we eat it. Y'all know we can't do without butter. So I'm going to start with that. I've used about a cup of buttermilk. You can add more. You just can't take it away if you get too much. Yep, and we're going to need more. Now, if it ends up and you don't have enough buttermilk, add more buttermilk. You can add more regular milk. I've seen my mother at the end, if she needed just a little extra wetness, she just put a splash of water in it. You can't tell the difference. It doesn't hurt it. It doesn't change the taste. Give it a good stir. So yeah, that was just a tad over a cup of buttermilk. I can't even tell you that it was 1 1/4 cups. But look at that. See that consistency? See how I've got it? That's what you want. So we're going to get this skillet out and make sure it's hot. And our butter's melted. Oh yes, it is. Look at here. And that butter has started to brown just a little bit. It's not hurting a thing. Not hurting a thing at all. When the butter browns, it just gives it a nutty flavor. And it's good on the cornbread. I promise you. 1 extra stir. Let's pour it in. And that's going to bubble up over this cornbread mixture. Looky there. Looky there. Ooh, this is going to be good with our soup. Now, see that? See how that's come up over there? Can you see it? You can't beat cooking cornbread in butter. Let's put it in. Now, I've got my oven set to 435. And I'm going to tell you why 435. And I'm going to set my timer for 20 minutes. If I need to bake it a little bit longer, I'll add some more. My daughter-in-law, Carrie, and you may have heard me tell this before, her grandmother told her to bake cornbread at 435. And we thought, that's a non-temperature. You don't see recipes like that, 425, 450. So I tried it at 435, and so did she. And it is the perfect temperature to cook cornbread at. It comes out crusty, on the bottom. It's baked perfectly on the inside. So give it a try. Well, I'm going to come back when this gets done and show you what it looks like, okay? Stay with me. Hey y'all, I'm back and our timer just went off on the cornbread. So I'm going to take it out of the oven and show you what it looks like, okay? Oh, it smells so good. Now, remember I baked it at 435. I baked it for 20 minutes. Can you see what that looks like there? Some call that the top. I call it the bottom. I'm going to put it out on this plate. Smooth this skillet. It is screaming hot. We do not want to touch that. Looky there. Can you see that? Now, I've got my pot of soup. I put it in my Instapot on slow cooker, and I'll tell you how I made it. It's not really, I really don't have a recipe. I make it different every time. But my husband had been at the grocery store, and he saw a big bag of frozen soup vegetables. It has green beans, okra, corn, carrots, onion, potatoes, and yellow squash. I've never had yellow squash in a soup, so I'm anxious to try it. So I browned a little bit of ground beef, about half a pound, and I put my vegetables over in it, the frozen vegetables. I didn't drain it or anything. It made very little grease. And then I added a can of diced tomatoes and a 32-ounce box of chicken stock. Now, the chicken stock I had was not unsalted. So I added a little bit of salt. You can always add more in your bowl. I added some onion powder, garlic powder. I used some smoked paprika and a little bit of cayenne because, you know, I don't do heat very well, but I wanted a little bit of something. And let me open my spice drawer and see what else I used. I used a little bit of chili powder, and that's all I used. Yeah, garlic, onion, red pepper, smoked paprika, chili powder, excuse me, a little bit of each, just a shake of each. I can't even tell you how much I used actually. And just the 1 carton of chicken stock, put it on slow cook for 6 hours. It smells delicious. And you saw it in this pot, in my bowl. Looky there, can you see that? Delicious bowl of soup. What we don't eat, I'll freeze. We'll have another meal. And as much as we've got left, I might have 2 meals, but I'm gonna cut me a piece of cornbread. I don't know if you can hear that crunch. Can you hear that? Oh, looky there. You see that steaming? Look, I want to show it to you. It's hot. See that piece? Looky there. Look at that. Now, here's the best part. We're going to cut it in half. Oh, it is so soft and fluffy inside, y'all. Looky there. I don't know if you can see that very good or not. Here's the best part. I'm going to put a big pat of butter on this while it's hot. I'm going to sit it right here beside my soup. I'm ready to eat. Can you see that? Now, you can't get a better meal in the fall or winter. So the weather starts turning off cool where you're at. Make you some soup and some cornbread to go with it. Now, I've showed you how I make my cornbread, and I want you to give it a try. And if you do, let me know what you think of it. I certainly appreciate it. Listen, I appreciate all the love and support that y'all have given us over this past several months, and we certainly enjoy having you join us in the kitchen. So come back, see me. Tell me how you like the recipes if you make them. I certainly appreciate it. Excuse me. I want to let everybody know, I put in the description box how you can contact us. My email address is there. I put his email address, my P.O. box. It's simple. It's P.O. Box 675, McCalla, McCalla, Alabama 35111. And I have an Amazon store. I put all that information in the description box. So anything you see us use or cook with, you can, if you're interested, you can get it there. Doesn't cost you anymore. It's just my way of helping you shop. All right, so come back and see me soon. I certainly appreciate every one of you. Bye, guys. See you soon.